Good morning, everyone. This is Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and today we're going to do a new stitch in our Tunisian crochet. This is another one. You may want to start with a longer chain because it works smaller. This one is called the extended crossed stitch here, extended cross stitch, and it's from Tunisian Crochet Basic and Textured Stitches Volume 1. So I have already started the block, and this is what it's looking like so far. Excuse me, something just choked me. Good morning, Leah. My cup says, when does hibernation start? Because I'm 100% in. Coffee's good. So I'm going to show you what you have to do. It's basically the crossed stitch that we did video before last one. So we're not going to alternate the crosses. We're going back to the crossed stitch. And all we have to do is add a chain at the top of every time we draw up a loop. Basically, that's it. So I'm going to turn the camera and stand up and show you a row of this real quick. Get you down here where we can see you, and I'm going to move you around. Whoa. I should have my coffee cup on that. We'll draw out some thread so that I'm not pulling too much. And I hope you guys can see okay. Well, first I got to get worked back off. So you go through one at the side and then two at a time for the rest of it. This is called your reverse, I think, row on this. And you can see it is curling, and I dropped one. So let's go back and grab that. What I love about this Tunisian crochet, it's so much easier to step back. Now see, I keep dropping a loop. You don't want to drop your loops. I bought a different kind of hook at Joann's than that came in that set I ordered from Amazon. And the hook is different, so I don't drop stitches as often. This one's giving me a hard time because I'm trying to show you guys something. Gotta slow down. Uh-oh, and I can see I've split the thread, so let me fix that. And I thought using the variegated would be easier for you guys to see, but I don't know if it is. See, this hook is not deep enough. I might go up to Joann's and pick up one in this size in those other type. I have to concentrate. See, I'm splitting the thread. I don't want to split the thread. I think this skein of yarn was tossed around for a long time before I found it at the Goodwill. So it's like all the fibers are loose from one another. All right, we're back to the beginning. All right, so this is basically the start of it. And before you even start doing the cross stitches, you have to put a chain on here. So you just chain one at the side, okay? Then the cross stitch, if you step back to what we were doing for that, you skip the first bar after the sidebar. So there's the sidebar in blue. The first one is a beige, and then there's a chocolate brown one here. You want to start by going into that chocolate brown one and drawing up your loop in just a basic, simple Tunisian, but then you want to chain just in that loop. So you chained at this side, you chained in the after the first loop, and now you got to go back and get that beige bar. So you go under that front beige bar there, draw up a loop, and then you have to do a chain through just that loop. And that's the Tunisian crossed extended. All right. So now again, you've got to look at these in groups of 2. So there's 2 bars here. You're going to go in the second one, draw up your loop, and then don't forget to add the chain for the extension. And then you'll come back to that first bar on the second group of 2, draw up your loop, and then chain 1. Okay, go to the next group of 2. So we've got a beige and a chocolate. So if you go into the beige one first, draw up a loop, chain 1, step back, go into that chocolate bar. That sounds yummy, chocolate bar. Draw up a loop and then chain 1. Good morning, Kendra. How are you? So then you got this next group of 2. Look for the group of 2 bars. You're working just in the front bars, and you're working in the chain. You're not working in the original stitch. You're working in your extension stitch. That's something you need to know too. So you go into the front bar on that one, draw up your loop, make a chain. Then you step back and grab the bar in the first bar in that group of 2, draw up your loop, chain 1. And you want to make sure you're only going through, when you add your chain, you're only going through the loop you just added to the hook. All right, so we'll do that again. Go to the second one in the next group, draw up a loop, chain 1. Come back, go into your first bar of that group of 2, draw up a loop, and chain 1. And you do that all the way across. You just have to remember that chain 1 after you've added a stitch each time. And what I like about just the cross stitch is it's real clear. Once you start doing the crosses, you can see those groups of 2 so much easier. Just always remember on this one, you got to add the extra chain after each loop's creation. Right? And when you get to the side, let's finish this cross stitch. Drop the loop, add a chain. Then you're going to find, this is where we originally stuck the hook in for the side stitch. And then you've got the chain 1 that you have to create. And then you've got the one where you started your reverse stitch. You want to go in those stitches of the chain that you added at the side. And then draw up a loop, and then you're going to chain 1. There's a chain 1 after everything you do. All right. So then you just work your stitches back off and do the same thing again. So back me up and start again. If you get stuck, I always verify I've got my 20 stitches. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So I still have my 20. This is what the stitch looks like. It's a pretty stitch, and it feels real dense. So I hope you guys will enjoy this stitch, and I hope you're still enjoying this crochet along. And I've put a link to the book. Well, I actually have a link to to this book, but it also shows you the other volumes. I think there's 3 volumes to this book. So there's a lot of stitches to learn, but we're just going to do the 50 that are in this book. This is episode 20. So we'll be back again next Friday with another stitch. And I'm going to come back on here in a little bit and do another live where we are crafting together with another gift idea. So thanks for watching, everybody. And if you join in and are doing the stitches, if you share them on Instagram or Facebook, I would love to see them. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.